Good morning, seventh grade. Good morning. Today we're going to learn about typography. Typography is a really cool word for the art of typing in different fonts and the way that, different kinds of fonts can impact different things you see online, the way that we shop, and many, 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 many things. Can anyone name a font? What is a font? You go to type of paper on your computer. Let's see. We're going to Google Docs. Google Docs is what we would use to type of paper, right? You're familiar with writing essays, yes? RSTs and whatnot. All right, so let's say I'm going to write a paper. And I say, hello, I am typing an essay. By default, our letters look like this, which is called Arial. So this font is called Arial. Would you submit an essay with this font? No, why not? Oh, we like Times New Roman. I love Times New Roman. Does anybody know what it would be acceptable, I'd say, if you submit an essay in Arial, but Times New Roman is the preferred font to use according to your MLA format. You want to know why we love Times New Roman? Because it looks fancy, because it's professional. Well, if you look closely at the letters, let's look really, really, really close. I'm literally about to make it bigger. So a little bit better? Okay. Look at the H. See how there's like a little like tail at the bottom of the H and the top? And look at the L. Is that a completely straight line? No, there's a little bit flare. So it's what's called a serif font, which also is literally physically easier for you to read on a piece of paper. Sans serif fonts, such as Arial, like this, like for example, hello, I'm typing an essay. See, there's no little tails by the H. This is an easier font to read if you're reading on a computer. So there's different kinds of typography that work better in different environments. And there's some typography that really has no place in any environment. And that brings me to my next point. Oh my goodness, the lights all just went on. That was really spooky because I'm about to talk about the issues. What did I just do to the document? What is that? I showed you an example of a serif font and a sans serif font. That means it has the little tail or it doesn't have the little tail. Sorry, I mispronounced it before. It's serif and sans serif font. And then I see this. What is that? This is a font called Comic Sans. This font is neither serif or sans serif. And it is also the most difficult font, the hardest font for you to read is this font. How? Why? Because of the dimensions and the pattern that they use in each individual letter in the alphabet. It doesn't follow the same kinds of rules as the other font. So it kind of makes our brains go, ah, when we see it. You ever had that reaction when you're looking at this font? You're like, no, I think it's cute. Or no, you agree with me? You're my people. What's up? So for that reason, a lot of people in typography, in the magical world of typography, are very against using this kind of font. So let's do Control Z and get that abomination off the screen. Now look, there's a time and a place for everything. Maybe if you're writing a comic strip, that would be an appropriate use of typography. But that's it. Don't use it in here. That's all I'm trying to say. What about what? To write? Nope, that's a great question. So with the cursive fonts, some of the cursive fonts are very difficult to read, the script fonts. However, they still follow the same rules and patterns that your brain is looking for when it's trying to read a line of text. That's a great question, Matthew. So we're asking how are different kinds of letters actually harder to read. I do have some supplementary videos that go into it more in depth, so I can show you that after the lesson. I'd be very happy to show you. I'm very excited that you guys are so excited about typography. This is going to be awesome. So let's check it out. We are all doing an invention project, yeah? Yeah. When you are doing your invention project, the next thing you're going to add to prototype number 2 is the title of your invention using custom word art with your new fancy typography skills. So what you're going to do next is go to classwork, click on typography, and you will see it. Click on that link that says typography, and you will find a blank Google slide template. Now, do you see this blank template? When I say the word template, I'm referring to this, it looks like a piece of paper. Think of this template as a piece of paper. Just like a piece of paper, if you write on it and you write over here, you're not going to see it when it prints. So today, when you're creating your typography, keep it on the template, all right? So, see this right here on the toolbar? So, hover over that letter T. Do it with me. See the T? If you hover over the icons, it will tell you what each of them are. Text box, insert image, text box. Click on that, and then click and drag to draw a text box. Amen. There you go. Type your name inside the text box. Slow down, Jared, of course. Okay, so Jared said it has to be a certain size. Yeah, let's make it big enough. Okay, this is 30, 41, 42. Now, this text box we are going to delete in a few minutes, so don't obsess over finding the perfect size of this quite yet. Okay, so we have a very basic, normal, regular line of text. It just says my name. Okay, write your name. Okay, you're not writing Miss Salemi, write your name. Thank you so much. All right, now, watch this. Okay, so this is a regular text box with the regular text. The font is Arial. If you look back at the toolbar, you can see that it's Arial because it says the word Arial. Change the font, you click on that, and then you can change the font. I like this one. Oh, I forgot to highlight it, sorry. Pick a font, any font. Okay, this is our exploration of typography today. You can pick Lobster, just don't pick Comic Sans. Oh boy, you're gonna pick that? All right, okay, it's your art, so, you know, you can, well, you know. Oh boy, watch everybody pick Comic Sans. All righty, what have we done today? What have we got ourselves into, Miss Salemi? All right, so I have my text. It's in a cool font. It looks kind of spooky for Halloween. It's called Creepster. Now watch, this is the text box. Everybody, you're going to do this along with me. Ready? You're going to move your mouse cursor to the top of the screen and find where it says the word insert. Click on the word insert. Now it's going to give you a bunch of options of different things that you can insert onto your slide. How nice. But the one we're going to focus on today is this option here where it says word art. Click on word art. Now we have a little box here that pops up. Type your name in that little rectangle. When you have finished typing your name, hit the enter key. Ta-da! Here's my magical word art. Oh, but you haven't seen anything yet, 7th grade macaroni and cheese. So let's go back up to our text toolbar here. Notice I have my word art selected. You can tell that it's selected because it has a blue box around it, which means it's editable. So you click on your word art, go back up to the font toolbar and change the font. And pick the same font that you selected last time, just so you can see side by side. You can see that you can make a comparison. So, how is this second Miss Salemi different than this first one? Christine. the spacing. I'm pretty sure the spacing is about the same. That's a great observation, though. I like the way you think a lot, but I'm looking for more like aesthetic as opposed to like spacing. Jared, Mr. Comic Sans, what do we? There's an outline around the letters. If you look carefully, there's a black outline around each of your letters. So, watch how we can customize this. Ready? Click on your word, art, go back to your toolbar. See, there's a little paint bucket. You hover over it, it says fill color. Click on that. Pick a color, any color. You can make it festive. You can make it custom, of course. Great question. Custom, you can make any kind of color you want. You can change the transparency. Now, you change the color. All right, stay with me. Eyes on the screen. Right next to that paint bucket is his next door neighbor. His name is Border Color. Click on that to change the color of the outline border of each of the letters. Right next to the paintbrush. So now let me try to do the same thing with my regular text box. And spoiler alert, guess what? I can't. I'm only going to have an option to change. Well, I'm sorry, I just messed up. When I hit the paint bucket, it filled in the whole text box. So we don't want that. To change the color of the font, you would click on the A over here to change the color of the text. So already, isn't word art kind of easier to customize? Yeah. Yes, Miss Salemi, that was the correct answer. So now what you're going to do is see the first cringy text box word art we made. Well, it's not even word art, just a text box. Click on it like this, and then hit delete. Goodbye. Now, what you're going to do today is each of you are going to make your own custom typography page where you're going to write your name in fabulous ways. Be creative. Now, you may be wondering, hey, Miss Salemi, I like that Creepster font, but I don't have it on my computer. Check this out. Click on your word art. Go to the text toolbar here where it says font. Click on that. And at the very, very tippy top of that list, you're going to see the word more fonts. Yes, more fonts. Click on that. And here is where you can access the library of all the fonts that are available to you today in Google Slides. You can even filter between serif fonts and sans serif fonts. All right, so you can sort between different kinds of scripts. I'm going to click display because I'm looking for something loud. Sort, I'm going to sort by trending. Let's see what fonts are trending. Oh, Jolly Lodger. I like that one. So I clicked on it. A blue check mark appears. I click OK. It changed my font to that font. And then you will always have that in your Google Slides. I'm going to go back to this Creepster font. I like this one. Now, one more trick, and then you're free to play. Ready? Take a look at my font. This is another thing that the text box can't do. I clicked on it. You can resize it in lots of different ways. Control Z to undo, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Now, if you don't want it to get squished and you want it to maintain the proportions that it has as a nice, beautiful, readable rectangle, hold down the Shift key and then click the corner and it will stay perfectly rectangular. Okay, so now what you're going to do is play with the fonts, add some new fonts, and write your name. What I'm looking for is three things. Number one, I'm going to put this on a slide so we can all see what I'm looking for. Number one, I'm going to make it big enough for you to read in a text box. So this is when you would use a text box, right? Right, everybody? Number one, you're going to change the font. Like, don't use Arial. Don't be basic. Be creative. Change the font. Number two, fill with color. Number three, Change color of border. Okay? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put on Wii music and allow you to work. Please turn this in on Google Classroom when you are finished. Okay? And when the Wii music starts, it's time to work. And let's go.